What? Not a selfie? An old school picture? I like that. That's a different approach in this modern age. But there are some things that are timeless, and Keeneland Racecourse is one of them. That's a lookout from the grandstand. And there's also something that is very important to our industry, and that is what happens to our equine athletes after they're done racing. And no better person to talk about that than John Phillips, who joins us now, president of the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance. John, good to see you again.
Always good to see you.
Well, it's nice, and in the interest of full disclosure, I see him out and about in town. We've also been in the same restaurants a few times. And as I said, the work that you and other people do at the T.A.A. is invaluable. I wanted to start by talking about this. What I've noticed over this age, a lot of people are more aware now what does happen to our racehorses. There was a time where names would just disappear and you move on. But I think what has really changed it, I've noticed on social media, people start to notice where horses are and then put the word out, hey, here's a horse that needs to be retired or needs to find a home. How has social media impacted the work that you guys do?
Well, I mean, it's really significant. First of all, you're absolutely correct. It's elevated the consciousness of the general public to a degree that, you know, the racing industry absolutely must respect the opinions. And so that aspect of it has really motivated and inspired the industry, which we're, you know, just dedicated to respect and love and are passionate about, to really address that issue. And then relative to social media and actual aftercare, it's amazing how these things connect. The internet has absolutely changed the entire process. So we monitor the internet all the time. We're on the internet. We tweet. We do everything relative to it. But it's really helped, and it's elevated our game substantially, because now we can connect breeders and owners with horses that they've followed and were breeders of, and it's great. And of course, now we're also adopting through the internet we have 65 organizations, 180 facilities, and it's been very helpful to help us connect with people that are looking for old racehorses that they are familiar with. Now they want to take them back and be hunters and jumpers, or that second career. And so the internet's been a big part of the T.A.A. and the industry and how we're addressing aftercare.
I'm always moved by the generosity of people, even if they don't have great means. And that's what you see with the T.A.A. and the people who either donate their time, and if they have some money, they give to it. You must be heartened by the people that you meet on a daily basis. You
know, it's fascinating because, yes, there are people that give their largesse, and that's great. We need it, you know. The bulk of our money that the T.A.A. collects actually goes to support the various organizations that have those 180 facilities. But it's fair to say that farriers and vets and feed companies are also very much a part. And while they don't give cash necessarily, they give in-kind services. And that is incredibly valuable if you're one of these organizations that's always struggling with fundraising, because T.A.A. can only supplement. We cannot be the exclusive fundraiser for those organizations, and we don't want to compete with those organizations. We want to supplement them. So in-kind services are really valuable, and we're focusing more and more on that in order to help defray the costs of all those facilities and organizations that are out there, you know, at the grassroots, that are really taking care of or retraining these great athletes that we have.
How long has the T.A.A. been around now?
This is just our fifth year.
That's amazing.
And it is amazing. We raise just shy of $4 million. We distribute annually. We distribute about $3.5 million annually. We're expanding all the time in the sense of addressing this need. And it's fascinating. It was, I can't take really credit for it, because the need to organize this whole thing was out there. And as a result, the project, the program, the mission just exploded on us, and which is good, which proves that we filled this niche that needed to be filled.
Well, you bring up an excellent point, because I think the T.A.A. is a model for the rest of the industry, that if there is an important issue and everybody gets behind it, great things can be accomplished, because we're known as an industry that splinters and deals in self-interest, you know, with independent racetrack ownership and competing against each other. But here we are, everyone across the board can agree that would take care of our equine athletes, and the T.A.A. showed the industry a way to do that.
Well, we've had a lot of great partners in that process. I mean, the Jockey Club's been super. Keeneland has been fantastic. A lot of the Stronach Group has been fantastic, and the sales companies have been fantastic. So, you know, everybody is always struggling for funding, and of course, I'm zealously pushing the increase in funding because while we're authentic and doing a good job, we need to do a better job.
John, if an individual wants to reach out to the T.A.A., how do they do it?
Well, it's very, very simple. thoroughbredaftercare.org.
Make sure you do that today. We all have a responsibility. Today we're going to see some magnificent equine athletes entertain us and put it all on the line, so we owe them a great debt of more than gratitude when they're done racing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
John Phillips joining us from the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.